Welcome to Unified.tv, where truth has no fear. Today's a very special episode. We're going to speak with Rebekah Grace, entrepreneur, warrior, woman of empowerment, and an empowered woman. She is amazing. There's nothing that she doesn't do, and that does include singing. You know, this lady does it all. I'm very privileged, very blessed to be able to get any of our time today. So enjoy, sit back, and we're actually going to talk about how to stay in the fight. Welcome to Unified.tv, where truth has no fear. We are with Miss Rebekah Grace, entrepreneur, warrior. I consider her a warrior. One of my favorite people, absolute favorite people. I'm actually very privileged to be able to even have any of her time. This is definitely a gift to me. But today's topic, we're actually going to have a good discussion, a healthy discussion, a very encouraging discussion on perseverance, on not giving up on yourself. And you have to buy into you before you can make others buy into you. So we're going to talk about sticking in the fight, staying in the fight, and how to do that. And who better to teach us how to do that? And I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot today too, because I myself am working on building a brand, building a business. So I'm quite sure I need to get my pen and pad out. And we're going to learn a lot from Miss Rebekah Grace. So thank you
Hi.
and welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited to start talking about everything that we're going to be talking about today. I am welcome to everyone who's going to be listening to this. We are very happy to be here, and I'm super, super happy to finally do this with you. Thank you again for inviting me.
No, thank you. No, this is a gift to me. I appreciate it more than you'll know.
Thank you.
So
So,
where do you want to go for? I know you have a lot going on, which is why I'm so grateful. Because how did you get to the point where you got everything off the ground to where you got past a lot of the red tape and you say, I am up and running. I've got this going, because that's the point I'm trying to get to. There's a lot that I'm working on, and I know it takes money to make money, and it just so many parts of the red tape, the LLC, branding, all this kind of thing, advertising, and so the different avenues that are necessary to get stuff actually going,
yeah.
completely off the ground. Uh, I need help, and I know a lot of people need help. So what can you give me?
Well, for me, everything started since I was super young. I mean, I started working when I was 15 years old. I am happy and blessed to never have to work for the minimum wage in my life,
There you
because
go.
I started in a young age. I remember me going to high school. I finished high school at 16 years old because I got skipped twice throughout my whole education. I don't know if it's because I was smart, a brainiac, or eating books. I don't know what it was. All I know is, like, in my time, I got skipped twice. So I finished high school at 16. But when I was 15, I started selling karaoke's. So I started since high school. I was selling karaoke's. I remember I was getting paid $8 an hour when I first started. The
Wow.
minimum wage in Puerto Rico, because I'm coming from Puerto Rico, minimum wage was $5.35. So here was
Oof.
probably like 5.40, 5.45, because it's not a big difference.
Right.
So the minimum wage was $5.35 and I was making 8. And then I went up to $10 per hour, and people were still making $5.35. And I remember saving money, buying me a computer, a printer, and giving half of the money to my father. And I still have money for myself and to save, because I learned to earn the money by myself, hard work, and it was like a hard earned money. It was just not money that my parents were giving me. I remember my father giving me money for college, $5 max. And the majority of the days, and that was only on the third of the month, because he was getting his social security check, and he will give me $5 every third of the month. But
Did you
then the
say
rest of the
five?
days, yes. And the
Five.
rest of the days,
This is while you're in college.
I know. And the rest
So
of the
so
days
you so
he
you
used to
probably
give me.
so for lunch, so for $5 a month, so in college you pretty much ate ramen. So that's the only thing you could get for $5 a month.
No, let me tell you. So he will give me $5 on every third of every month, and then every day he will give me only $1. So the boss was 90 cents each way. So I had to look always for somebody to bring me back because the work that I had, it was seasonal. So I worked on Saturdays and then the job was over and then I had to go back again whenever they wanted me to go back. So not all the time I had money coming, weekly. So in the times that I had no job, my father was giving me $1 for school. I had no money for lunch and I had no money to go back to the house, to go back home. So I started making friends. They used to give me rides for free. And I believe that was like a way to start getting more involved with like male and females, not just like girlfriends. Like I had more guy friends than girlfriends because of that. And then I remember my father saying, "Oh, the guys, you know what they want." And I'm like, "Papi, they're not asking me for anything. They're just giving me a ride home." But that was a way to start networking. And that's how everything started for me. And since then I love working. I'm a workaholic. I love having my own business. So at the age of 21, I was already done with school. I was a successful young 21-year-old nurse working for clinical trials. I was doing amazing. I loved it. Um, I became a single mom at 21 because my life went fast. Like I told you, I graduated high school at 16, so my life went so fast that at 21 I became a single mom and I was divorced through domestic violence. I went through domestic violence. I'm a domestic violence survivor, and I'm so blessed. That's another topic for another day, of course. But I also advocate for domestic violence victims, whether you are a female or a male, because guys also go through that. So
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, I know it's another topic for another day, but that's very true. Very,
yeah,
very
we
true.
can
I haven't
definitely
gone through
come back.
domestic violence, but I've gone through the abuse in a relationship because it's way more than just the physical. You have the mental and emotional
It's
abuse.
still domestic violence
It is.
because there's many types of violence. It's still domestic when it comes within your household.
Yeah.
So definitely we got to talk about that on another day. It's a very extent topic and I'm very
Oh yeah.
passionate about it.
We got to come back for that for sure.
So we have another date here on your podcast. The other thing that made me wanted to have my own business is because the way the employers treat you. My case, I felt always like a slave. When you love your job, like I love my job as a nurse, and I am, like I said, I'm a workaholic. I used to do double shift, triple shift, and I didn't care. For there was times that I didn't see my son for 3 days just to be in the hospital all day, and I was more a nurse than a mom in certain situations, and I don't forgive that about myself in the past because I did that to do the right thing, to work
Right.
and to give and exceed my miles at work.
Right.
But none of that brought me those days back with my son.
Mm-hmm.
None of those days brought me anything back, and they didn't give me the money that I wanted or like double pay or anything like that. So at the end, I came into the conclusion that Rebekah Grace was not made or created to work a 9 to 4 job.
Right.
I own and I deserve abundance, and I own and I deserve more. But
Right.
people, our society is conditioned to a 9 to 4 or 9 to 5 job. They're used to getting a paycheck to paycheck life. And you are entitled to think like that. Of course, go ahead. But you don't need to think like that anymore.
Right.
We are created for greater things. We're created to have more, and the abundance is there. I'm a Christian, so for me, I understand and I believe in the word when it says that the money is the love for money sin, that's when it's a problem.
Right.
But when I understood that verse, that's when I decided to open up to the abundance that I deserve. And that's when I said, you know what? I don't need to work for nobody anymore. I can build my own company, my own brand, my own name, and just be my own boss.
Right.
So at the age before, of course, I got married. I will say 1 year before I got married at 19. So at 18, I started working in direct sales. Besides the karaoke, that was just something that I did when I was a teenager. But when I was 18, I started selling makeup and beauty products. And I started learning about skincare and skin types and all type of skin issues. Makeup, I started doing my own makeup and learning. And I did it, and I've been doing it since then.
Nice.
And now I'm 32 years old, and I did it from 18 to like 27 to my 27th. And then the company that I was working for with the beauty products and skincare sold the company to another company. So I decided to step out. And since I was 27 until like 29, I didn't do anything with the beauty products. I just decided to go back to the medical field and work with the medical field again.
Right.
Drawing blood, working with patients, and da 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 da. And then this new company came along, Pharmacy USA, and they came in 2019, exactly a few months before I lost my job with the medical field. So they came right in time. This company gave me the opportunity to make 50% of all the earnings, 50% of all earnings, and many, many more things. So right now, this company is my bread and butter. Nice. This company give me thousands of dollars a month. I help women and men all around the country and Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And I am so happy because I get to coach them as well. I'm also a coach. And you would say, well, what type of coach? Because there's all type of coaches.
Right.
So,
yeah. What, life, wellness, health,
I am
fitness?
a life coach. I'm a life coach. So my niche is empowering men and women. I try to help them heal from inside out so they can find the most best potential. So I also have that business. I'm a coach. I have coaching clients. I have coaching students because I'm in a coach platform where you can become a coach. You can be certified coach in anything you would like to be a coach on. And we also have classes there. So you can be a student or you can become a coach there as well.
Nice.
And I have my pharmacy, beauty and skincare products that, like I said, is my bread and butter. And I need the drums. 2 weeks ago, I launched my own coffee brand.
Yes, I saw that. Yes. Yeah.
I launched my first coffee brand is mine, Mia. Moi. No, not moi, it's mine. It's mine. I built it up from scratch, and this is something that I want to focus on today. If you want to know about pharmacy, Puerto Rico, USA, Mexico, and Canada, holla at me. Let me know. I will give you the details on how to contact me before we go today. If you want to know about coaching and how to be a certified coach, please also contact me. But let's talk about my coffee brand. Not because it's my coffee brand, but on how did I start it with no money.
Right.
$0 to start my company, and it's approved by the FDA and everything. Okay. So
nice.
First of all, you need to do a marketing research. What are the first 30 or 50 things in the United States that are in growth right now? Field or products or services. For example, the coaching business is the number 2 in the world.
And this is any kind of coaching, right? Or you mean
You
specifically
can
life
Google
coaching?
it. You can
But is this
Google it.
specifically life coaching or just any kind of coaching?
All coaching,
Okay, nice. Okay.
except for no, all coaching, even Zumba coaching, exercising coaching. Like you can coach now even virtually. You can
Yeah.
coach anybody in the world. It's the second fastest growing business or services in the world. The first one is technology, of course.
Huh.
And after technology, we have coaching. Google it. We have coaching. And the one of the top 15 is coffee.
Coffee.
And we don't have too many people selling coffee in the United States. Why? Because we have Dunkin' Donuts and we have Starbucks and we
Yeah.
have Bustelo, and that's it. And you're like, oh, so what am I gonna do? No, there's so many people that will buy your coffee. But right now, I'm not telling you to do coffee because I'm already doing it. Okay. But that's the way. I'm giving you a skeleton on how to look for what are you gonna be selling.
Yeah.
I wanna sell makeup. It's saturated. I sell makeup because I'm part of a company. So it's good for me and it's my bread and butter and it gives me thousands of dollars a month because a company handles it. I'm just a distributor.
Right.
You know, I'm distributing it and I'm getting paid for distributing it. I'm getting paid to go live and do my makeup while I'm on live. I get paid to go live and talk about my skincare products, you know, because they work. And because they're affordable. They're even more affordable than Walgreens and Walmart and these other big companies and chains. But when it comes to your own brand, you have to be very careful what you're going to be selling. Clothing, saturated. Makeup, saturated. Why? Because you will have to have a big amount of money in order for you to make noise.
Right.
Shirts. Now everybody wants to sell shirts. So what are you going to do? And this is part of my coaching. I do coaching on recruitment. I do coaching on how to come up with your mission and statement. I do coaching on how to build your social platforms and how to maintain them. I do a lot of different type of coaching, but everything has to do with personal empowerment and business development. I'm a business strategist. So I will definitely help you go from zero and up, you know, until you're like set up.
Well, that's
Of
what I
course,
need.
it's not free.
Because
Of course,
yeah,
it's not
I mean that's
free,
what I'm
but
looking at now. That's exactly what I'm looking at now. Because it seems that I mean, I haven't hit a roadblock at all, right? Because there's so many different avenues to what I'm doing here. That's why, you know, I didn't want to be a one trick pony. I was sitting there thinking about that. It's okay. Well, I don't want my only vice to be something political because there is going to come a point where all this stuff is all handled and cleared up. So what then? What are you going to do when there's nothing else to report on or report about or nothing to uncover? I mean, it's going to be something, but it's nothing
exactly.
going to be to the degree of what we're seeing. And so I was like, well, what else am I good at? What else do I like? And so, well, I'm a very intuitive. I like to know. If I see someone that's successful like yourself, I'm gonna want to know how you got there. If you have something that's innovative, I want to know how you went about developing it. That's just how my mind is. It's like, well,
And that's
okay,
how
well,
you
let's
learn.
ask the questions. Yeah, let's ask the questions that aren't being asked. And so it's like, you know what? I love to interview people. I've always wanted my own talk show, and so for me, I was like, why not just do what I want and cover all bases, whether it's political, whether it's about makeup, whether it's about health and fitness. I have someone coming on next week that's talking about uh sex issues, like as far as like men and women, our roles in society, what we're supposed to be doing, what we're not supposed to be doing. And that's totally different than anything I've ever done. You know, you gotta, like you were saying, how to build something, how to be consistent, and how to go from zero to wherever. And so I'm definitely gonna keep talking to you and watching what you're doing and getting some tips because I think things are heading in a good direction for me. But I want to
Definitely.
get over that hump. I want to get to that next level, you know, for sure.
Yes, I mean every case is different and every ideas and goals and dreams are different. And but they're all valid. They're
Right.
all valid and all important. So you need discipline, and discipline has very important 5 facts, and one of them is consistency and
Hmm.
compromise. If you're not compromised with your dreams and what you want to do, it won't happen. If you don't have consistency and you give up, it won't happen. I remember trying opening a boutique. It didn't work. Okay, let me go for something else. Let me sell teachers. It didn't work. Let me go for something else. Keep trying until you hit the load of your life. And right. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about your own success. Right. There's a business out there that has your name. You just have to find it. But you won't be able to find it if you give up on the first or second try. You have to keep going.
Well, you're exactly right. That reminds me of the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins started off because, they were in the military. They came out of the military and they decided to be finance guys, messing up. They said they're going to mess up people's taxes, not intentionally, but they weren't really into that either. They weren't made for the office space. They tell dirty jokes. They like to laugh and goof off. They're not made for that. And they answered a question on their show one day on YouTube, and they were just answering the question, and then they got serious towards the end, and they're comedic, but they said something that hit me, just like what you said. That first avenue may not be the one for you, even if that's what you really want to do. It may not be what's for you. And so just keep plugging. What else do you like? I like this. Try that. If that don't work, what else do you like? Try this. Now they're comedians and doing very well. They went from being flat broke to, they're everywhere now. And so
they're very successful.
You're right. It's something they didn't expect to do, and they're really good at it. That's what was made for them. So I'm right there with you. I'm definitely, it encourages me to hear you say that.
Well, I'm glad this word encouraged you. And the other thing you need to focus on is once you have your idea, okay, this is what I want to sell. This is what I'm sure of. This is what I'm going to do. Then you go for the structure of your business. How do you want to handle it? How much budget do you have? If you don't have anything, what are you going to do? There's so many businesses that you can do with no investment. Like right now, I only paid literally $2.50 to each of my labels to be approved by the FDA, and they were approved overnight. So I spent less than $20 on all my products to be approved by the FDA. Nice. And then after that, I did my research. Oh, how am I going to ship my coffee? Okay. I went, you're going to need time, but it's well invested time. I went to FedEx. I went to UPS. I went to USPS. I went to smart.com. I went to many companies until I found the one that was the right for me, that was the cheapest, but it still gave me the same thing that everybody else is giving me.
Right.
Okay. How am I going to promote without having to spend too much money on marketing? That's another thing. Who is going to be... How am I going to do it? Am I going to drop ship this? Am I going to buy in bulks and just ship the way I'm, on demand? What is it going to be? So I think everything depends on what your product is. If you have a service like me, like I have the beauty products. So of course I go live, I do private consultations, and I sell, and I recruit people for my team.
Right.
And I do seminars weekly for my team to be motivated. But when it comes to coaching, it's a different type of clientele. I am offering my classes. I'm offering my services. Like right now, somebody could say, hey, I need a logo. I'll be like, okay, let's sit down. We go do a Zoom together and we talk about it. What do you want? And I'll show the person the different logos that I came up with based on the person's ideas, colors, and taste. Oh yeah, perfect. I want this one. Okay, boom. This is how much it is. Boom. You got the money.
Right.
So what are you? What are you in your case? You wanna be, let's say, a journalist. You wanna be a blogger or a vlogger.
Right.
So you have to decide what do you want to do, and put all your ideas together into one.
And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And that's why I'm doing different interviews of different kinds, talking to different people.
And let me give you an example.
Yeah.
You like do you like to be inside or you want to be outside? You want to be outside? Get a camera, get a mic. Go to the first restaurant you see and be like, hey, I'm starting to do documentary on different local businesses because I want to start promoting my local businesses so the economy goes back up. of course, come here. And they would even like give you their special dish, and you promote them, and boom, you have a blog on that restaurant. And then you go for the next one, and you start building, and everybody's gonna start seeing that. And what's gonna be next? The restaurants are gonna be calling you because they want you in their restaurant to promote them.
Right.
Because marketing and promotion is expensive. The companies only spend money on marketing more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I didn't have to spend money on my company. I have to spend money now on marketing. So I have to look for ways to market smart and economic, not cheap.
There's not.
That's how
But
you have
it depends.
to do it.
It
I'm just
depends on how
giving
much
you an
you
idea,
your
an
reach to
example.
be. Yeah, it depends. It depends on how much you spend. The more you spend, of course, the more they're going to see. It also depends on who you market through. And then some places it's just too difficult. Like YouTube is one of the hardest places, and it costs. I think it's one of the most expensive because it's so big of a reach, you know. But Facebook is. It's funny that you mentioned this because I was actually doing research just yesterday on some of the best places to market, and Google was number one. Google, I can't remember, Google Business, Google something, where your ad will pop up.
Google Ads.
Yeah, and then Facebook was second. Facebook came in number two, and YouTube was last. And it didn't it surprised me because it was last, but it was last because of how hard it is to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Google Business is Google Ads. There's a part of Google where you can advertise your business, and it's free. And free advertising, free marketing, that's a gold mine. I mean, word of mouth is the most powerful. But if you can do it on a bigger scale than word of mouth for no charge at all, now I'm all in. You know, I just have to go and do it now. But but I did my research. Now I have to make it happen.
So you have to make it happen. You have to look for the right coaching. You always gonna need a coach or mentor. Always. I have my coaches. I have 3 coaches. I have 3 coaches myself.
Yeah.
And I pay them. Sometimes I'm like, listen, I want you to teach me about this. Like this, I would say 30 minutes ago, one of my coaches, she's the founder of the coaching platform that I'm part of. And she's offering to the first 10 people for $67 a whole map on their business.
Like where to go, A to Z.
And call of action for like days from A to Z, where to go, what to do, a mind mapping, actions
for 67
every day.
So she'll assess your business for $67 and tell you where to go and what to do.
She has that special, like literally today, she just threw it out 30 minutes ago. So of course I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm part of Women Empowerment. I only pay $49 a month, and I get 4 classes a month for women empowerment.
Nice.
You know, this platform, if you want to learn, if you want to be a coach or learn, that's the best platform. I'll give you the details. And if anybody that's listening or watching wants the details, you guys can DM me as well. I don't know if you have any more questions.
Yeah. Now this is I'm gonna put you on the spot here, but I'm also putting myself on the spot. And you may or may not have seen. You're very busy. You got a lot going on, right? And if you have ever come across anything I posted, because I got 2 questions actually, 2 quick questions, because I know you got to eat. My first question: if you've come across anything I posted or noticed anything, audio, video, whatever, what critique, if any, do you have for mine? Anything I could do more, do less, do more often, do less often? You know, I know, like I said, I know that you're busy. You may not have come across a lot of my things, but if you have, what do you suggest? What would you recommend doing differently?
I mean, it's always important for us to, like I told you off cameras, reinvent ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you can, whenever you have a chance, you have to always look for ways to do something different every day.
Right.
We are in a society that they're always looking for excitement.
Right.
Our society today is looking for excitement. Good news are not their interest.
Right.
Right. They're always looking for drama. They're always looking for the wrong energy, I will say it's wrong, but this is the way that society is today.
Right.
So you have to give them excitement. I'm not telling you to go for bad news. I'm telling you to look for ways on what else can you bring to the table besides
Right.
bringing people here and okay, this is going to be a business journal, or this is going to be a personal growth journal, or this is going to be an adventure journal. There's many pages just for like adventure and let's try different cities. There's pages for let's try different coffees, let's try different ice creams, different museums, different parks,
Yeah.
restaurants. Start there. What exactly do you want to do? So that way you don't be all over the place.
And that's why I'm glad. That's why I interview different people from different walks, because realistically, all I really want to do is pick people's brains. I love knowledge. I love to be able to know what makes people tick, whether you're a liberal, whether you're a conservative, whether you're a guy with a restaurant downtown, whether you're a dude that owns a trash company, whatever it is, how you got to where you are, why you think the way you do, and why you're built the way I want to know. I like to know about people. So all in all, I love interviewing. Like when I was in high school, we had a project in sociology, I want to say, where we had to come up with a question, come up with 3 people to interview, and film it. You have to have the location. It was literally like you're running your own company. And so I came up with um I came up with 3 questions, and the question was actually based on sex. People were shocked by that, but I came up with that question because there was such a stigma at this school of the gay people are weirdos, the gay people are outcast, and anyone who wasn't a virgin was a whore. And I know this is a very crazy subject, but I didn't like the stigma. Um,
It's true. I mean, I grew up like that.
okay. Uh, yeah, it was such a horrible um it was
Stigma.
such a it was such a horrible stigma. And so I came with a question. I asked the homosexual guy. I said, "How old were you when you lost your virginity? How old were you when you came out to your family?" And people were impressed with how easily I got out these personal questions, but then the fact that I got responses. And they, oh, your stage presence was perfect. You seemed comfortable. Every time I ever danced on stage, because dancing is my passion, um, you were comfortable up there. Every time I went to an acting audition, you were comfortable up there. So even though I don't like looking at myself, I have self-esteem issues. When I get on the camera, something else comes out of me, and I'm able to
You feel
forget that.
powerful.
Right, right, and it feels good. It feels natural. And so you know what? Now I'm finally doing what I'm supposed to do. I feel, and I just know the guy's going to take me far with this. It's just a matter of getting it to the right sets of eyes and ears. And I know that dealing with people like you who are established and other people who are established is only going to empower me. That's why I like talking to people like
Yes.
ABL. Did you were you on
Yes.
Marcus Hemingway's show the other day?
No.
Okay, I thought you were on his show. That'll be a text.
I was live. He was live in one of my lives, and then another friend of mine, she was live talking about Puerto Rico, and then I jumped in and
On
he was
Marcus?
there too. But yeah,
Right.
but it's not like we were live because of his show. We were live
You
just
just
as
jumped on.
guests.
But that was a good matchup. I watched that. And he's a smart guy. Really smart guy. I'm hoping I can get on his show too. But he had ABL on there. ABL is my biggest media inspiration. I, I,
He's been
I
inviting me for a long time, but
ABL?
as you, I've been always like busy, busy, busy.
Yeah. ABL invited you?
No, Marcus.
Oh, Marcus. Oh, do that. If you ever get a chance, I'll be there. I'll be front and center and I will share that. He's a smart guy. You're a smart woman. I can learn from both of you
Thank
guys.
you.
But to close out, my very final question, what is more effective? Posting more frequently or going live? Or both? Because I know I don't go live. I don't like going live because it can get interrupted. Things can
It's a
happen.
combination now. It's a combination of both. Right now on Instagram, if you build up your account with certain amount of people, you start selling batches and you can start making money.
Can anyone sell
Uh,
badges?
like I said, you need to have certain amount of followers,
Okay.
and you can start selling batches. And I remember the first time I went live with the batches, um, I only earned from people $15, but Instagram gave me 100. So it was like $115 the first time.
Yeah.
The second time, I went live with somebody else for like 30 minutes. And even though people only gave me like $11, Instagram gave me 150. And then because they give you bonuses, like you have to achieve certain like minutes and things, and they give you bonuses. So I think that's like awesome.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, I need to work on that because I have like about 2,300 or so. And for me, that's a lot because I mean,
but if you go live, you start going live, people's gonna start joining you, watching your content, and you should do this on Instagram.
Okay.
At least once a week, bring somebody on.
Okay. I can do that because I like having my Wellness Wednesdays.
I'll join you. Mondays. Like you invite me one day on Instagram, I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that for sure.
I'll be there.
But no, I needed that feedback. I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn from this. So do not forget to check out Rebekah Grace, entrepreneur, warrior, woman of empowerment, an empowered woman.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm also a professional singer.
Yes.
I have my albums on Spotify, YouTube.
Go get it because that's how I first found you. I first found you through your singing videos. I didn't know you had the other page, and I was like, "Oh God, this girl can sing!" And I was sharing it, and I think you reshared it is what did it. And I'm like, "Oh wow, she reshared it." And then I found your other page. I'm like, "This girl's doing everything. Like she's nothing she doesn't do. Like seriously, though, by the time you're 40, you're gonna have like a whole empire. Like
hopefully,
it's there. It's coming for sure. You have the drive for it. There's nothing that will say it won't happen. You got it. It's coming.
Well, hopefully that's like 7 years from now. So.
Oh, 7 years is a good number. That's a jackpot. 3 of those.
Right. So if you guys wanna follow me, I am on at Rebekah with KAH Grace Music, Rebekah Grace Music, or you can find me at my coffee brand is BUM coffee brand, Bum Coffee Brand. And if you wanna find me, is through my WhatsApp. I have a WhatsApp for clients is 908-249-0066. 908-249-0066.
Hey, you got it. You got WhatsApp. You have a couple Instagram pages, and don't forget Spotify. Don't forget that music. You can use that while you're at the
Rebekah
gym,
Grace.
Cleaning, driving, work, whatever you're doing. This is mood music. Trust me, it's mood music, and it'll make you feel good. So. You have helped me. You have helped a lot of people, and we're definitely going to come back. And I will see you all live with Miss Rebekah Grace on Instagram very soon, as we can get it scheduled. And we will see y'all soon.
Thank you.